Morning everybody, hope you're feeling well today. This beautiful bright morning in Bristol again. Today's class is going to focus on another of the sequences from Rachel Scott's little book of yoga practices. And today we're going to focus on strength and resilience. So a short sequence in there on that. Now, of course you can think about strength physically and the way we challenge ourselves and push forward as we develop. Both physically actually and also mentally, but also strength in the way we can kind of learn to let go, the way in which we can kind of understand when we've reached our edge, our boundary, our limits, and holding back from that and making sure that we're not putting ourselves at risk of injury and serious pain and that kind of thing. And obviously through a morning stretch, a yoga practice, that's really important, those kind of two elements as they balance out. And so this sequence today will look to challenge you. There'll be options to progress and hold back in different stretches, and just see where that takes you. You know, by the end of the sequence, you might find you've gone further forward than you thought, but equally, because of your energy levels, emotional state, whatever else it is you're bringing to the stretch this morning, you might find that you want to just take things a bit easier. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to start, as we did yesterday actually, in our extended child's pose. Now when we're in our extended child's pose, we can either have our toes tucked under, just to give ourselves a little bit of extra height as we take our hips back onto our heels, or we can flatten out our feet, tops of our feet along the floor, and just sinking down forward. Now, as this is the start of the day, the start of the morning stretch, let's just take it easy. Let's just rest our forehead across the backs of our arms as they cross over in front of us. And just bringing ourselves into the space this morning, seeing how we feel. And if at all that feels uncomfortable, then feel free just to reach for a cushion, pillow, whatever else you've got around you. Just provide that little bit of extra height between the hips and the heels, but also maybe between the upper body and the thighs, and support across the head. We're just taking a moment just to think about what strength means to you, even in this first pose this morning. Not just the physical challenge, any discomfort you might be experiencing, but also mentally, your ability to remain focused, feeling into those sensations you're experiencing in the body, the length and depth of the breath, as the body lifts up each time you breathe in, breathing energy in, and sinks down each time you breathe out, as the body weight just really falls down towards the floor beneath you. And just really feel as though you're tracing the line along the spine, all the way from the tailbone up towards the base of the neck, base of the skull. Just feeling that space that you're now creating across the back body, but also the way in which the weight of the upper body is just sinking down towards the floor. Now slowly lifting yourself back up again. And we'll take ourselves into an all fours position. So I'll just move myself forward. And we take our hands just out to shoulder distance apart, just to give ourselves a little bit more space across the chest. And we've got the knees beneath the hips, okay? And we're going to take a breath in and out and really feeling that engagement through the core, through the abdominal muscles. Pressing down through the palms, we then inhale and lift our gaze up, chin up towards the ceiling, arching the spine, tailbone pointing up. And exhaling, chin to chest. Rounding the spine up, tucking the tailbone in. Continue with that for 5 to 10 breaths. Really feeling that space that you're now creating across the chest as you look up, but also again along the length of the spine, you draw the chin in towards the chest. And just going as quickly or as slowly as works well for you this morning. And following the breath. Start in the inhale as you start to move towards looking up. And in the exhale, draw the chin in towards the chest. And just really feeling the benefit of the flexion, extension in the spine along its full length, but also the movement of the tailbone as it points up towards the ceiling each time you look up, and towards the floor as you look down. We'll do one more. Inhaling, look up. Exhaling back down again, chin to chest. And then back to the centre. Now we're just going to bring our left hand now. In fact, I'll turn myself around. So I'm going to bring my left hand now in towards the centre. So still between the shoulders this time. I'm going to bring the right hand around the back of the head. Now pressing down through the left palm, I'm going to now inhale as I lift the right elbow up towards the ceiling, looking up, opening up across the chest, inviting that twist for the spine. Exhaling, right elbow across, left elbow. Pressing down through the palm, doing that again. And then back across. One more time. Inhaling, looking up. Maybe finding that extra bit of length, that extra bit of space in the body each time you do this. And then back down. Now taking the hand away from the back of the head. This time we'll inhale and look up, reaching the arm up towards the ceiling. And as we exhale, we're going to bring our right arm underneath the left. And just moving our left hand a little bit further away from the face, just to create a little bit more space across the chest. And pressing down through the left palm. And just really feeling as though you're rolling across towards the right hand side. Opening up against along the outside of the right shoulder. Pressing down through the left palm again. Inhaling, lifting up one final time. And then back down. And we do the same on the opposite side, so I'll just move myself around. So this time, right hand in towards the centre. Left hand round the back of the head, pressing down through the palm. Inhaling, look up. Lifting that left elbow up. And across as we exhale. Each time you might find there's that little bit of extra space in the body. We integrate the breath with that movement. Inhale and look up. Pressing down through the right palm. And back down. Now inhaling, lifting the left arm now up towards the ceiling. And exhaling back down, threading that left arm underneath the right. And taking that right hand now just a little bit further away from the face. Elbow just over the wrist on that right side. Pressing down through the right palm just to create that little bit more space across the chest. Really feel as though you're now folding across towards the left hand side. And pressing down through the right palm. Inhaling, lifting that left arm back up again. And back down. Okay. So bring our hands, in fact we'll just take a moment, we'll just take ourselves back into that extended child pose just for a moment. So sinking the hips again back towards the heels and just reaching the arms out. Again, option to just cross the forearms over one another, resting the head across the backs of the arms, or extending the arms out just to feel that little bit more length along the side body towards the hips. Just taking 1 or 2 breaths in how that felt, for your strength and resilience in this morning's practice, this morning's stretch. And then lifting the head back up again. Now, hands back underneath the shoulders again. And we're going to take our right foot back, so onto the ball of the right foot. And then slowly lifting the right leg up now to hip height. There is a tendency here just to kind of start falling across, tilting across towards the left-hand side. If that happens, then just lift that right leg up that little bit higher and really feel that tilt across. And then lowering it back down to a point at which you feel that alignment across the hips and the shoulders. Now inhaling to extend away, pressing away with that right heel. And as you exhale, drawing the right knee in towards the chest and rounding the spine. Inhaling to extend out. And back out again as you exhale. This time an inhale and I'll look up. Pressing away with the right heel, pressing down through the palms. And exhaling, right knee to chest. Really drawing that right thigh in towards the upper body. One more. Inhaling, pressing away. lengthening, arching the spine, pressing away with the right heel. And exhaling, right knee to chest. Slowly lowering down. And we do the same on the left hand side. So if this starts feeling comfortable, then just taking some time out for a moment. You know, sitting yourself back on the heels, taking yourself back down into that child's pose variation again. Otherwise, let's continue. So, left leg now extended out, really feeling that length along the back of the left leg. Lift that left leg now up off the floor. And again, if it feels like you're tilting across towards the right hand side this time, lifting that left leg that little bit higher, lowering it back down again until you really feel that alignment across the shoulders and the hips. Now inhaling now to lengthen along the back of the left leg, and exhaling left knee to the chest, rounding the spine. Inhaling, lengthen. Exhaling left knee to chest. And this time as we inhale and lengthen, we'll look up, pressing down through the palms, arching the spine. Exhaling, rounding the spine, left knee to chest. One more. Inhaling, looking up. Exhaling, left knee to chest. Lowering the left knee now down alongside the right. And we'll just take ourselves back into child's pose just for a moment again. So again, option to keep the toes tucked, folded down. And again, seeing how that feels for your strength and resilience this morning. What has that done for any sensations you're experiencing in the body? That integration of the breath through the movement. The general heat that's building in the body. And what that does for your state of mind. And slowly lifting yourself back up again. And we'll take ourselves into a plank pose as we did yesterday. So we'll start with our knees lowered. We take our shoulders above the wrists. We tuck our toes under. We keep our tailbone tucked under to protect the lower back. And really feeling the abdominal muscles kind of cinching in towards the centre of the body. Press down through the balls of the feet. And if it feels appropriate to you, then lifting the knees up off the floor. Really feeling that diagonal line all the way from the back of the head, down along the back body towards the heels. And again, if this becomes too strong at all and comfortable for the wrists and shoulders, then feel free just to lower the knees back down again. Otherwise, hold this for about 5 to 10 breaths. And as you press down through the balls of the feet, press down through the palms, really feeling the front thighs engaging, lifting up towards the ceiling. And then slowly lower the knees back down again, keeping the toes tucked under this time. And we just take ourselves back into that child's pose once more. So resting the forehead back down. And we'll do this one more time. When we're ready, lifting ourselves back up into that plank position. So again, option to keep the knees lowered or lifted. Pressing down through the balls of the feet. Engaging the thighs, and if you're lifting the knees up, then really feeling that press down through the palms, balls of the feet, the front body lifting up towards the ceiling. That diagonal line again, all the way from the back of the head towards the heels. Nice, steady, controlled breathing. Lower back tilting, pelvis tilting forward to protect the lower back. There's abdominal muscles again engaging. Provide that extra support through the front body. And then slowly lowering the knees down. Taking the hips back towards the heels again. Crossing the forearms over one another. And we'll just stay here. And in fact, we'll untuck our toes. Now, a bit of extra support for me this morning is this dinosaur cushion, one of the boys. So I'll just place that between my bum and the heels. Just provide that bit of extra support. And I'll just extend my arms out. And as we move towards the end of this morning's sequence, our morning stretch, and how has that felt for the body and the mind? What have you learnt about your physical, mental, inner strength that allowed you to be challenged, to develop, but also to let go? Tracing that line again along the spine, all the way from the tailbone to the base of the neck. Feeling that length along the side body. Upper body sinking down to the floor. Each inhale lifting up. Energy and vitality coming back into the body. And each time you breathe out, sinking down, inviting calm in body and mind. Slowly walking the hands now back in towards the knees. If you've used a cushion, as nice as something like this, then feel free to just place that away to one side just for a moment, or feel free to sit on it as we arrive in our final cross-legged position. And just bringing the hands now in front of the body. And just settling into the space. Feeling that contact back down on the mat. Tailbone sinking down towards the floor. Top of the head reaching up. Really feeling that expansiveness, that spaciousness across the body. Nice soft gaze, opening the eyes. Thank you for joining me this morning for this Strength and Resilience class. I hope you've really enjoyed it. I hope it sets you up for the rest of the day. Have a fantastic one and feel free to like, share, get this message as wide as possible around what we're trying to achieve here with these morning stretch classes. It's fantastic to see so much support. Have a wonderful day and I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.